So like so the root chakra, as above so below, is connected with the crown chakra. So in the crown, I realized like I had to release not just my attachment to my identity, my past, my conceptualization of life, my outcome, my religion, my understanding of the world around me, my desires. Like it's like once you go into the higher planes, you also like you have to apply all the principles below. And so as above, so below, like the direct reflection is the root and the attachment. And so what I've really been learning is to it's like I am like the root chakra is I am. And so it's just like what you are. Saying like if I if I was a cyclist, I rode bikes all day every day, but I no longer cycle now. I'm an ex-cyclist. It's like what you are in that moment. And so who you think you are is limited to who you believe you are and what you believe you can become. And so when you say I am this roots you in that. And when you're trying to quantum leap or become something that you never are, or that you've never I said never are, that you've never been. When you're trying to become something that you've never been and you say I am this, like I am this is just who I am, this is all I know and XYZ, and you believe this is why it makes your manifestation impossible because you block it. In the crown chakra, I've understood like the crown is the hat that you wear. The kingdom is within you. And so if you were a visor, you may work at McDonald's. If you wear a hard hat, you may work in construction, which I worked at both, fast food and construction. And so it's the hat that you wear. That's your crown. If you wear a crown, a king's crown or a queen's crown, you may sit on the throne. And so you change through many hats when you quantum leap. This is like it all happens. You go all 7 gates, all 9 gates. You're all in. You push all the chips in. You take the risk. For better or for worse is the marriage. And 2 songs are significant. Dissection, where dead angels lie, and Married to the Game by Future. So it's like that's what you become. If you're married to this is like who you are. You don't want to become anything else. You don't know anything else. You don't want to know anything else. I just like to believe that that's not technology. I just really like to believe that. Cut. So when you say I am, this roots you in something. And so you say, I am broke, I am poor, I am this, I am just a that, I am just a this. You believe that and you're also affirming that. But then you say like I am rich, but you say your manifestations, but you don't really believe it. You don't really believe that you're rich because you believe that your wealth comes from outside. So you say I am rich, and when you say it, in your mind, in the back of your mind, you're like, wait, I got $2 in my account. That's not real. That's not true. And so it's how you're expressing it as well. But if you were to know that your wealth comes from inside, that you know that you're infinite, then you would know that you are rich. And that's how you would affirm. There's so many ways to mismanifest. And so I am. You have to know that I am everything and I am nothing. When you get to the crown chakra, you have to address the root, as above, so below. There's a root at earth, or the heart, or hearth. What we see in the dimensions of earth is truly like us. What we see in the sky, this is why it's green right here. This is the heart chakra. This is what separates it. And you see the layers of the earth are the lower dimensions. In your emotion, in your survival, in your instinct, rising to your passion and your desire, your will, into your heart, in the air. You see the sky is blue in the throat chakra, where vibrations, radio frequencies, and sound are emitted. And you go higher than that, and you see a deeper blue, and you see the third eye chakra. And then you see space in the crown chakra. You see purple or ultraviolet lights, northern lights, even all these stars, which are truly just us being reflected down below. Life is truly a kaleidoscope when you awaken to it. So in the root chakra, you have to know I am everything and I am nothing. This connects you above to the crown chakra. No tree can reach heaven unless its roots reach hell. An old Chinese proverb, as above, so below, one of the 7 Hermetic principles. So you have to know, even in your life, you will experience certain darknesses before you can experience certain lights. Because you don't know what you want, really, and you think you do. You haven't experienced. You have to have experience to even know what you really want. You might look at it on the TV, go and try it. It looked good. On the menu, it looks good. When it came out, and like when it was served at my table, it didn't look like that. You know, it didn't taste like what I imagined it to taste like. It's like you have to experience. So the darkness is this past of experiences, which you now have. And so you then set the standards for your life. You know what you want because you had the experience, and so you know exactly what it is that you want and that you don't want. Until then, you're still wondering, you're still curious, you're still trying things, you're still searching, and you're truly searching for yourself to truly know yourself, to understand yourself. And so you have to know that also dealing with connection with the crown chakra, the 7th and the 1st chakras, the 7th and the 1st seal, the trumpets or the portals or the dimensions. You are connected. Let everything that have breath praise the Lord. And so you're connected with everything in existence. The only thing on a deeper level, if you look at yin and yang, the only thing that you have is plasma, which is energy. And you have the moon, which is matter, and the earth and the stars. In between that, you have light. You have energy and matter, and E equals MC squared. And so energy translates into matter through dimensions. And so that's the foundation of quantum physics and life and enlightenment. And so you have to know I am everything and I am nothing. Because when you say I am something, you attach yourself to it. And you say I am nothing, you know that you are ambiguous. People want to place you in a box. Oh, you're this, you're that, and you're that, and you're this tall, and you're this. When you enter the matrix, they begin placing you in categories. This is left brain thinking because you're entering a matrix and a system. But when you awaken and you step outside of the system, you understand that I am everything and I am nothing. And so this allows you to quantum leap. I am this person's friend, but you know that this person is really you on a higher level. And I look at it as the triangle, the left and the right brain, or you look at it as good and bad, positive, negative, masculine, feminine. At the top, there's truth, or there's God. There's 2 sides to every story, or 3 sides. There's 2 sides, your side, their side, and there's the truth. And so at that truth, it dispels both sides. Because on a deeper level, everyone is just you and everything is connected. And that's the higher understanding. That's God's understanding. And so it may take you a lifetime to step into that and connect with that, really. And you're supposed to. Hell, it may take you multiple lifetimes. I'm on my ninth life path. I'm a Leo rising, every cat has 9 lives. And I think about Spike from Cowboy Bebop. But I am everything and I am nothing. Once you say I am this, you're going to fight to defend it. I am a man. And so I have to meet these standards, which society regulates in this community, in this culture, what a man is. Or you are my girl. And so I have to protect what that entails. Like, okay, you only have sex with me, you only date me, you see me only talk to me or feel about me. Like, I try to control this. And so that's the ego. When you say I am, this is what roots you into the matrix. And you may have multiple, and this also what causes alternate egos. When somebody calls you by a name, I am this person. Hey, we need you over here. Oh wait, I am a worker here. Oh wait, I am a customer. I am a part of this community. I am a part of this crowd. Wait, let me raise my hand. Everybody else is raising their hand. The crown chakra, the pinky. Far out. And so it's like I am everything and I am nothing. And so this dispels your ego, knowing that you are everything and you are nothing. And I'm a Gemini, and this is referred to as what, a double entendre, catch-22, or oxymoron, whatever you like. It's defined as, it cancels itself out. It's infinite. It's ambiguous, and it's energy. And so it's like we may try to conceptualize it, and it's like we do God, because God is this energy on a microscopic level. All like essence of ether or life is a part of God, the all-seeing eye. And so the true all-seeing eye. And so the collective conscious. I am everything and I am nothing. So this frees you. You can also understand that I am this because I am being this in this moment as well. As long as I work at this job, I am a worker. This is my name on the name tag, and I am doing this job. This is my occupation for the time being. I say I am nothing. That's not really who I am when I clock out. That's not really who I am when I go on lunch break. Hell, that's not really who I am. But we gotta understand, like, we're in the matrix. And so this is a part of the game or the simulation. And so we wear many hats. In our lifetime, we go through many phases and stages, progression points, battles, transformations, deaths, and rebirths, enlightenment, changing our mind, changing our emotions. And so I am everything and I am nothing in the root chakra. You want to balance the root chakra to balance the crown chakra as well. Not attached to my ego, the outcome, this version of me, this religion, what this says, what I want it to be, what I desire, but God's will. And you're connected. I am everything and I am nothing. And so knowing that at your highest, like at the highest level, you are God. And so there is no separation. There's one love, like Bob Marley said. So you're not separate from that bird. And so you wouldn't treat that bird or any differently that you would treat that bug or your grandmother. Because you understand that's you, not just because you have a personal connection with them. Not just because you have an emotion tied to them or a history, a past tied to them, but because you're enlightened and you understand there's no separation. That is another life form that is me in another dimension. And this is when you reach into the soul star, which you can transcend your spirit because we're all connected. Where you see possessions and you see people transcend into other dimensions in the astral realm. Because once you reach the higher planes, you then could go in developers mode into this matrix and you program. You then be able to become one of the programmers of the matrix. And that's who the people are who have power in this world. Through influence, through their influence, they impact the entire matrix. Not just a drop in the sea, but the ocean and the drop. They are connected. And they influence everything around them by being authentically them. And this is what makes them stand out, is because they are being themselves. They're being a unique individual that they are. And so if everyone else around them is following the program and is asleep and then wants to fit in, these are the people that they're drawn to. These are the people that they envy, that they're jealous of, that they even hate or reject or outcast, exile, but secretly love. Because that is the version that they wish they could be. They see that in themselves, but they think that they can't be that they don't deserve to be that they'll never be that. And those people who don't make it to that status, they may stay in this stage of questioning and doubting themselves and taking that personal, or even doing the tit for tat, or giving up. And so, in the root chakra, I am everything and I am nothing. This allows you to be able to be fluid and transcend. If I'm a Christian and Christians don't do this. Wait, I am a male and males don't do this. Wait, I am a spiritualist and I'm spiritual, so I can't smoke or I can't drink because I know that's bad for my body. I'm not really spiritual and I have to fit inside this box. Not so. Life is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. Whether you're woke or asleep. Whether you're following, leading, or creating. Whether you're with me or against me. Whether you're part of the problem or part of the solution. Everything is spiritual. All is one. One love. And love is the key. And so, once you pull yourself out of that root, when you have an issue with uprooting, it's because you're attached. And if you're attached, this is what causes the damage with anything. Oh, wait, I missed this home and this environment. I can't function and I can't adjust and adapt and maintain homeostasis in this new environment because I'm so attached to the past. Wait, this last relationship, I'm so in love and I still haven't got over this and that. And I'm still thinking about this and that. Now I'm in this new relationship. What am I doing here? Oh, I don't really want to work this job. I just really want the money, and I don't like authority, and I don't really want to be here anyway. And I got my first check. That's enough to make it maybe another month or 2 weeks. And so maybe I'll find something else. This distortion, this attachment, this is what blocks our manifestation. We're constantly manifesting when we breathe, when we think, and when we feel. When we act, when we speak, when we have sex, when we dream. We're constantly manifesting. Everything is in motion. Life goes on. Life never stops. Death is an illusion. It's a brief phase. You could drag it out. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Some people get depressed and drag it out. Some people like, die hard. Death is a brief phase. Unless you want it to be like a slow, like you want it slow. It's a brief phase. Then you're off to the next life. You're off to the next form. You're off to the next mission. You're off to the next point of consciousness. You respawn back into the matrix. And so when you're uprooting and you're attached, this is what blocks it, the crown and the root. You can't go through that portal. When your leg is still in this dimension. I know you got your arm and your leg there, your head, but your arm and your leg, your other arm and your left arm and your left arm and your left leg are still here. They're like, wait, I still want to be this person. Wait, but I still want to hold on to this. But wait, I don't want to let that go. But wait, I'm still, but it's like, no, you have to let it all go. That's when you pass through the portal. That's when you quantum leap. That's when you die and you're reborn, even your ego. And so you have to die many times. Pac said this, like, and I know, like, he quoted it from somebody else. It said, a coward dies 1,000 deaths. A soldier dies but once. True. But I'm understanding, like, what are you? If you are a soldier, that's what you agreed to. That's what you live by, and that's what you die by. You are a soldier. That's how you die. A coward. You may be a coward. The first time you die, you may be a coward the first 500 times you die. Every time I see hawks, I just know it's my spirit team. But if that's how a soldier dies, if you are a soldier. Now, that's the thing when you say I am, you're attached to that. So you're living to die by that, to live and die by it. You don't want to be nothing more. You don't want to change. You don't want to grow. This is what I am. This is your ego. You want to stay in your ego. You want to die in your ego. And then you want to reincarnate. So you could be a coward. The 500 times you die, you could be a coward 999 times you die. And that 1,000 times you die, you could be courageous. You could be a hero. We go through progressions and stages. We grow and we change. Not even just in lifetimes. We could do this within a day, within a moment. Somebody comes and brings you truth about a situation. It could be in your relationship. It could be about your life. It could be about your religion. It could be about the state of the country. It could be about a tornado warning. You can change right in that moment. This is what really matters. This is what I'm focusing all my energy in. I'm changing all my plans and everything to focus and align with this new thought and idea or way of going or situation. And so you want to stay fluid. Earth is stable, it's consistent, it's structured. It's the densest form of matter. It's the beginning of the root chakra, but Earth moves. The Earth moves. It may move gradually, it may move slow, it may move like molasses. But it moves because it grows. It changes. It adapts. It sustains. It gives birth. It regulates. She is alive. The earth is alive. And so you want to be able to make that move when you're quantum leaping. It's a slow move though. It's Earth. So anything that you choose to, mm, if you're choosing the quantum leap, those people are able. They're highly function. They're highly functioning individuals. They're smart. They're experienced. Their their chakras are open. They're confident. They're courageous. They're focused. They're disciplined. And when they attempt a quantum leap or begin the quantum leap, they plan it in their mind, in their third eye, and they see it and they visualize it. And then they begin to take motion and they do that consistently until they build it. The same way you had an idea for, if you have an idea for a plant, you're like, okay, I have to get the soil right. I have to get the nutrition right. Then I have to get the time cycle right to put the plant on. Like maybe this part of the earth, maybe I have to put it on the north side, the south side, the east side, the west side. Maybe I have to put it this portion of the window or this part of the garden in this greenhouse. Put these windows, let this window open. I have to water it this amount of times a day. This is the plan and the calculation, and the earth chakra, it has that consistency and that discipline to slowly move towards that growth of that manifestation. In the higher dimensions, things happen in a blink of an eye, in the fraction of a blink of an eye, because time doesn't exist. It happens instantly. But it can just happen just like that, instantly back. If you're double-minded or double-hearted, or you don't know what you want, or you're easily influenced. I am everything and I am nothing. And so you'll be many things in this life. If you work, you've likely past a certain age, you've mostly likely worked in different fields. Maybe fast food, maybe construction, maybe nursing, maybe healthcare, maybe administrative, maybe communications. And so you've worn different hats. You've got to the indoctrination, or the what do they call it? Orientation, where they orientate you or cast the spells, and you go underneath the initiation, and then you begin, okay, I'm this employee, this is my occupation, this is my job, and this is my duty, and this is what I can do, will do, and won't do. And I sign here. And then I stay underneath repetition, and I begin rooting, and I manifest into this person's dream. Because I believe I need the money, and my time and my energy is worth this trade. And what I really want, I'll never achieve. And this is the closest I'll get to it, and maybe I can work up within his dream and possibly somehow attain my dream. Then I think about Berserk and Guts and Goku. Just enough to keep you coming back. Just enough to keep you fed. Just enough to keep you in the same cycles. And if you upgrade, oh wait, you'll have more bills. And so then you'll need more money. Doesn't that mean more hours? Or wait, more responsibility with more hours. Okay, now you're moving up. Okay, kid, all right. Now you're gonna make something of yourself. I started off washing lettuce. Next week it's fries. A lot of times in the root chakra you say, I am. And this also dictates responsibility. I am your son. I am your husband. I am your boyfriend. I am your cousin. I am your friend. I am your employee. I am your coworker. I am a part of your community. I am in love with you. This also dictates responsibility. And so the crown is the same at the root. That's the hat you wear. I am connected. It's a higher perspective. And there's a distinction.